What's up YouTube, this is GalacticGod. I'm coming at you today with another one of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Top 5s. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 boss monsters released in structure decks. Now every once in a great while, Konami will release a structure deck that has serious impact on the meta, either by reinventing an old archetype and giving them new life with a boss monster that will do serious damage on the format, or by coming up with a completely new archetype with a boss monster that is so devastating that no meta has a chance. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get things started. So, coming in at the number 5 spot is a card that brought a brand new archetype to the game, the Fire King Garunix. Much like its winged brethren, the Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys, when Fire King Garunix is destroyed, he is reborn during the standby phase and special summoned back to the field. Now when Nephthys is brought back this way, it has a heavy storm-like effect, but when Garunix is brought back, he has more of a dark hole-like effect. Now although there was a lot of hype surrounding this structure deck when it was first released, it took a while for it to get going as it was still missing some of the cards needed to complete the deck. But once Yugioh was released, Fire Kings seemed to have all the cards they needed at their disposal, allowing Garunix to not only have a huge impact on the meta, but make the number 5 spot on my list. So coming in number 4 is the boss monster of a deck that so many duelists truly despise, Grapha, Dragon Lord of the Dark World. Now although the Dark World archetype had been released ever since the GX era, it really hadn't had that much of an impact in any meta since its release. But once the Gates of the Underworld structure deck came out, Dark World soon became the bane of just about every duelist's existence. Being able to play cards like Drag Down to the Grave and Mind Crush, to be able to get peeks into their opponent's hand, not only gave them a huge advantage over their opponent, but left them with a bad taste in their mouth about the archetype. With Grapha's help, Dark World became the deck that every player hated to duel against. Coming in at the number 3 spot is a card that not only helped Dragon decks, but Chaos as well. And that's Light Pulsar Dragon. Now ever since the Invasion of Chaos set, Chaos monsters such as Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning, and Chaos Sorcerer have been placed in many decks that utilize light and dark monsters. But what Light Pulsar did was not only bring back those old Chaos monsters to the forefront, but it also brought new life into Dragon decks. With the help of Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon and Future Fusion, the Chaos Dragon archetype was born, and quickly rose to the top of the meta, rivaling such decks as Windups, Dino Rabbit, and Insectors. But with all good things, there must come an end. And with the limiting of Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon and Future Fusion ending up on the Forbidden list, the days of Light Pulsar Dragon's reign were over. So coming in at the number 2 spot is an archetype that was not only brand new from the structure deck, but brought brand new life to an old one as well. And that's of course, Machinae Fortress. The Machinae archetype could work well all on its own, but combining it with gadgets seemed almost second nature. But once it ran its course with gadgets, soon began to be splashed into many other archetypes, including successful runs with not only Karakuri, but Yugioh as well. With its ability to be splashed in so many different kinds of decks, Machinae Fortress still continues to be a boss monster to reckon with. Finally, we come to the number 1 spot, with a boss monster that brought new life into a completely dead archetype. Of course, we're talking about Master Hyperion. Agents had been around for many years by the release of the Lost Sanctuary structure deck. And if you would have asked someone a few months before the announcement of this deck, no one would have been able to foreshadow that they would have been brought back to the forefront of the meta, giving new life to cards like the Agent of Creation Venus, and of course that normal monster Mystic Shineball. Master Hyperion and its agent deck quickly rose to the top of the format and became meta-defining. So much so, even when they tried to limit cards within the deck, players reinvented it with a TG version of agents in order to continue the dominance that Master Hyperion had. Only after not hitting agent cards on the Forbidden list, but TG ones as well, did this deck type eventually fall. But in my opinion, Master Hyperion will always be the greatest of the structure deck boss monsters. Alright YouTube, and there you have it. Those were my picks for the top 5 boss monsters released in structure decks. Now of course, your opinions may differ from mine, so if you would have chosen something different, let me know what your picks would have been down in the comments section below, and why. And I guess that's it for now. This is GalacticGod, out.